Hello and welcome to another AQA past paper question. So it's quite a tricky one here. It's from near the end of the summer 2018 paper 3. So we've got a rule for a sequence. It says after the first two terms, each term is half the sum of the previous two terms. So just kind of think about this a little bit. When we half something, we always divide by 2, and the word sum of means add. And then we've got the previous two terms just there. So think about that very carefully when you work this out. Okay, and that is applicable for both of these questions. So if you pause your video, read through A and B very carefully, and then have a go. Okay. So I've skipped straight through to the working out from the exam board here because it's quite a lot to write down. So we've got first of all, we had to show that the sixth term is the first one that's not a whole number. So if we have a look at what's happened here, then the third term there, we did 2 add 10, divided it by 2, and we got 6. So that was already there. So we then need to do 10 add 6, which is 16. And divide that by 2, which gets you 8 just here. Then we've got 6 add 8, which is 14, divided by 2, and that gives you 7 there. So far we've only got whole numbers, and the idea was to show that the sixth one was a decimal. So if we add the 7 and the 8 together, we get 15, and then half of 15 gives you 7.5, and that proves that the sixth term is the first one that's not a whole number. And the second part of the question, well, we essentially need to work backwards here. So remember before we were halving, and then we were adding two numbers together, and then we were halving them. So we've got to work backwards. So if we do 9.5 times 2, that gives us 19. Then 19 take away 4 gives us 15. So that gets us our second term in the sequence there, which is going to be 15. So because the opposite of divide by 2, remember, is to times by 2, and the opposite of adding 4 is to subtract 4. So you've just got to think about your opposites on this particular question. It can be written algebraically as well, which you can see there if that's how you would like to do it. Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, that's it for this video. Please keep watching, and there'll be loads more of these types of questions coming your way. Bye bye.